Okay, this is going to be a quick build tonight on Soul City Underground. What I'm going to do is put lights in the bottom of this old milk crate. And this is an old milk crate, probably 1930s or 40s. I just weighed it, it's 10.5 pounds. With the 12 bottles, it's 25 pounds, empty bottles. So when it had milk in it, right, each one's a quart, so 4 of those is a gallon, 8 pounds. So it's another 24 pounds. So a full milk crate of milk weighed 50 pounds back in the day. It's reinforced, zinc metal. It's got rust, and rust we trust. It's very Restoration Hardware looking. So just quick deal. We're going to put the lights on the bottom and then turn it on and put it on a smart plug, and it comes on every night around sunset, goes off at midnight, looks cool, adds atmosphere to the house. That's what we're doing tonight. Okay, let's just take a quick look at the crate for a second just to see what we got here. Allison Moore, Gainesville, Georgia is the dairy, and that's the good side of it. The back side says Allison Moore as well, but it's a little bit jacked up here. No big deal. This side's okay, rusty here, the metal. You can kind of see the wood's getting old. Love it. This is probably the other side. That's better. And there's the bottom. So we're going to spend most of the time focusing on the bottom of this. So what I want to do, and I had lights on this before. I had incandescent lights on it, and they lasted for a long time. I really didn't realize they were incandescent. And what I'm going to do is just real easily get some, what do they call them, quick ties or whatever, the little plastic things that lock, and run the wires through here and just tie them to the bottom and kind of do it randomly. Now I got 2 sets of wires, 40 wires, maybe 20 is enough. So there's going to be some aesthetics involved. And here we go. So what I'm wrestling with right off the bat, a couple things. One is anytime you're dealing with antiques, you got to say do no harm, right? Hippocratic oath, do no harm. And it would be cool. This is the back side. Looks like when I put these in 5 or 10 years ago, I kind of drilled a little bit there. That was the old Kevin. The new Kevin's smarter, I hope. So it'd be cool to run the cord through there so that the crates sit flush. Now also I stuck some felt on it years ago, and I stuck some little sliding things into it so it doesn't tear up the floor. But the question is, a couple questions. One is, could I pry this thing open, this plug, and unscrew the wires on the inside and then put the wires through it? And then put the plug back on. I tried. It didn't seem like it wanted to come off. Right, I think it's one of these I tried. I could widen the hole, which is the opposite of do no harm. Can't do that. So, or I could cut it and then splice it together, solder it, put a heat shrink wrap on it, play that game. How bad do I want it through the hole is the question. Everything becomes a gigantic mental battle. Anytime you pick something. I need to think about this for a second. Also, I want to give this pro tip just while I have this thing open. So, typically in these plugs, hopefully you guys can see that, there's a sliding door and there's 2 small fuses. So if your lights ever quit working, I would check on that. And typically, they come with a bag, a few extra bulbs, right? And if you look in the bag there's 2 or 3 fuses in the bag. Hopefully it'll focus on there. But so there's fuses in the plug, which is cool. And you slide the little plastic thing out to get to it. And I wish I could pop this open and get to the connections, but I can't. So okay, so here's the plan on the cord. I'm gonna go ahead and put the wires in. If I decide to slice and dice it later, I can do that. But right now, I'm just going to keep the wires intact and just tie them on here. So this is the main part of the video, and maybe I can speed it up and do it real fast so you guys can see the plan. Okay, so I want to do it slow in reality, but then when I get to editing, I'm going to speed up. A couple of points on this. I don't want the light bulbs coming to the bottom of this. Let me just show you that. Okay, that's important. So the light bulbs, the milk bottles, they hit there. So I don't want them sitting on the bulb, and I don't want the bulb sitting on the floor. Hopefully that's visible. Okay. All right, here we go. This is the time-lapse part. And you get into, you're probably going to hear a lot of talkings, high squeaking talking. You get into what's the pattern, and then, I don't know, let's figure it out. Just huge existential debate on everything, any type of material handling equation. And then to beat all that, the girlfriend said I look like Reuben Kincaid tonight. I'm trying to deal with that. Reuben Kincaid on the Partridge Family. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to turn it into a bright spot. Right? So, what was good about Reuben? Now, Reuben hung out with, and I don't know her name, Florence Henderson? No, that's not the Partridge lady. Florence Henderson is the housekeeper on Brady Bunch. What is Lori Partridge's mom's name on the show? That's who Reuben Kincaid hung out with. And I'm not sure if they, what they had going on there. So how deep do I get? So here's 20 lights. So I could do 20, or I could do 40. I'm doing 40. I guess I'm gonna go hard on this. That's coming in. That's gonna come into that hole. Alright. All these have to be above the milk bottle glass. Reuben Kincaid, is that a compliment? It kind of looked like I don't know, like a 50-year-old has been. Right? But he was on TV. Did he drive the bus? At least I can drive the bus. You know? Come on, get happy is what I'm saying. Alright, so these guys here, I want even illumination in my bottles. It's good to have wants and desires, I guess. So I'm going to go here. Tie wraps are key. And I will definitely speed this up. If I don't speed it up, sorry for that. Alright. So will that stay down with the milk bottles? I don't want it touching the ground either. Now the incandescent ones ran hot. LEDs still they're not ice cold. Oh, here we go. This is going to be good. So I need to use this 20 up as quick as possible so I can get to the other 20 and not have to. Oh, I don't like these here up in space. No bueno. All right, we'll see what happens. Come on, get happy. What else did the Partridge Family sing? Oh, I know they had a huge single. Boom, 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 boom. It's morning. I wake up with a headache. I don't know what he says. A love there is no cure for. I keep on singing to myself, shouting out, I think I got this, except for these two. That was a good one. What else did they say? Come on, get happy. And they sung, I think I love you. That's what I'm afraid of. And it worries me to say that I've never felt this way. About Reuben Kincaid. Was Reuben cool? You know, we all get to 50, hopefully. I hope everybody gets to 50 and more and beyond. So Reuben, he was there. Was he adding value? I think he was. Oh, I got to cut all these with scissors too. Driving the bus, getting the gigs, hanging out with Mrs. Partridge. I forget her name. I think that, and you guys keep me honest on this, I think there was less controversies, maybe there wasn't, on Partridge Family, you know, the actors, than the Brady Bunch. I don't care. I'm going to just not imagine that part of the, I'm not going to entertain. I'm going to stay focused on the actors as portrayed. But I did like the Partridge Family. The bus was cool. Danny Bonaducci was cool. The two other ones, whatever their name was cool. I don't know if Reuben Kincaid was cool. Did Reuben know a good tune when he heard it? Was he in the industry for a long time? Was he in L.A. in the 60s? Did he work with lounge acts? You know? These are important questions. Especially if you've been told that you resemble Reuben Kincaid. Like, I'd like to resemble somebody else. Like Brad Pitt. Why didn't she say I look like Brad Pitt? Same age. Brad. Hope Reuben's still alive. Brad's fighting zombies at 62 years old. He's older than me. Cruising around with that man scarf around his neck. Fighting zombies. Shredding it. Also, now that was another good one there. That was Killing Charlie Manson. That was a good movie. That was awesome. All right, so I think 40 is going to be overkill. Concerns, existential dread. I'm making this decision. I may plug it in. Look at it. I won't be finished with 20. I'll have some holes. But 40, it'll look like a supernova. What did Reuben Kincaid do? Reuben, I think, would manage towards the middle, right? Like, compromise between. Because I don't, ooh, that's interesting. Oh, that's a thought. That's a thought. I could shorten the other, cut the other wires, cap them off. But if I do that, I might as well thread them through the hole, right? Okay, so we're getting to the plug part. Do we keep going? Man, 32 would have been better. All right. Let's test it. So here we go. Okay, that's way up on the ISO, but that's 20 lights. And the question is, here's the question, and it's Kevin talking to Kevin. Do you want a dim light when you walk through the house at night, kind of spooky, or just kind of dim out of the corner of your eye, you see the lights glowing? Or you want this thing all lit up and happy? Come on, get happy. Or do you want it dim? Sort of like Reuben Kincaid's life at 50 until he met the Partridge Family. Mrs. Partridge. I'm not sure which way I want to go on this. I guess I'll throw the other ones on and take a picture. Bro, can you read me?
Loud and clear. I can hear you just fine. What's on your mind?
Okay, real quick. The girlfriend said I look like Reuben Kincaid. Are you familiar with him?
Oh, Reuben Kincaid. Yeah, he was the band manager on the Partridge Family. If you're channeling his vibe, I'd say you're exuding that keep the band together energy.
Was he cool or not? I mean, what did he do? Did he just drive the bus, or what did he do?
Reuben Kincaid was actually pretty cool in his own way. He was the band's manager, so he wrangled gigs, handled their business, and put up with all the family chaos. Sure, he was sometimes exasperated, but he kept things running. So he was kind of the glue behind the scenes. If you're compared to him, I'd say you're the steady hand who gets things done.
No, hang on now. Hang on a second now. Did he hang out with Mrs. Partridge, and I forget her first name? Were they a couple?
No, they weren't a couple. Mrs. Partridge, her first name was Shirley, was the mom and lead singer. Reuben mostly kept things professional, though they had a friendly, sometimes playful dynamic. He was more like the family's patient manager, always trying to keep the band's career on track despite the family antics.
Did he get paid any money? Just curious, or was he just like Rockford, where he never got paid?
He did get paid, at least in the fictional sense. As the band's manager, Reuben's whole role was handling their bookings and finances, so he was definitely earning his cut. He might have had his frustrations managing the family, but he wasn't working for free like Rockford often seemed to be.
All right. So how old was he during the series? How old was he either in the series or as a human being, as an actor?
The actor who played Reuben Kincaid, Dave Madden, was born in 1931. When The Partridge Family aired, starting in 1970, he was around 39 or 40.
Jesus. I'm sorry. Keep going. He looks a solid 50 nowadays.
No worries, it's funny how people can seem older or younger depending on style or the era. Back then, the suits and demeanor definitely gave off a mature vibe. In reality, he was just a guy in his late 30s or early 40s, still managing that band chaos with a smile.
What did he do before the Partridge Family? I mean, I know they probably didn't talk about it, but where did he come from?
Before the Partridge Family, Dave Madden had a pretty eclectic path. He started in stand-up comedy and even did a stint on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In.
Oh, wow.
He also had guest roles on other TV shows, but comedy was really his entry point. By the time he joined the Partridge Family, he'd already built a solid background in comedy and variety entertainment.
There we go. All right, so there's 40. I don't like it as much. It's not as clean of an install, but I'll try it out for a while. And let me put also one other comment. If you get some of these milk bottle crates, typically, some of them, not typically, some of the bottles have the year on them that they were manufactured, right? And hopefully it's not too much light. Like this one here, it says 62, same year that Reuben was going through Vegas trying to find some acts to manage. anyhow, so bottle collecting is interesting. A lot of times there's dates on it. 1948 on that one. Okay, here we're getting ISO down. All right. Not a great photographer. So I'll plug them in the house upstairs and take a picture too. But that is what it looks like. So let me zoom in here. 40's not bad. I'll stick with it. Wiring's okay. I don't plan on moving it much. I'm just going to live with it and plug it in and get it back on schedule. Thanks for watching. I'll put a picture at the end of this installed. So here's the milk crate bottles in their natural environment in the dining room. And they don't look as bright as they do in the camera. The camera makes them look a lot brighter. I mean, I'm gonna live with them for a while, but eventually I may slice and dice both sets, put them into one set, make a longer cord, feed it through that hole, and do just the exact number of lights to fit all the grid patterns, but not anytime soon.